All right, guys. Hey, joining us on the call today is brand new 10K a week producer in her first 60 days, Claudia Chiarelli out of Phoenix. How you doing, Claudia?
I'm great. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, really excited to have you be part of Family First Life. And we have a history together. I know that we've worked together in the past at a practice company, and you watched for a long time, just kind of from the sidelines. So talk to me a little bit about kind of like your background first, like how you got started with insurance and the transition that eventually got you to Family First Life. Talk to us a little about that.
Cool. So I moved to Arizona when I was 20 years old. Kind of just packed my car, moved out here. I knew I was going to figure it out. Didn't really know at that time what I was going to do. But, we were in network marketing together.
Oh, yeah.
17 to 20 years old. We were doing MLMs and kind of just trying to figure that out. During that, I got introduced to real estate, so I got my real estate license, and that was, a good journey, but I just wasn't passionate about it. So during real estate, someone that I was previously working with in network marketing was Snapchatting me paychecks of his insurance check, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? I really know you could kill it if you just look at this." And at that time, when you're in your early 20s, you don't know much about life insurance, even to your early 30s, because you don't hear about it, right? People don't really talk about life insurance, so I had nothing to lose at that time. So he was like, just come to the office, do an interview and see if it's a good fit for you. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So that Monday, I went, I got hired, and I left that office with my study materials that day. And I was like, okay, I'm getting my life insurance
This
license.
was like 4 years ago?
4 years ago. Yep, about 4 years ago. So didn't, my previous starter company for about 3.5 years. And I just felt internally, I just wasn't happy. I knew I wasn't making the right impact that I could be making. And so, it was one of the toughest decisions I had to make. But when you're sitting back on the sidelines and you're watching people that were in your previous company and, they're all very successful building their agencies, and you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I'm fed all of these lies and the negative talk about what's better. I just needed to know for myself. I sat for about a year. You did a very good job planting those seeds and staying in touch with me. So I just had to drop the ego, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna call Alex and just talk, get the facts, lay it all on the table. You know what I mean? Because the last 6 months, I would say I was mentally going through a lot. I was about to just completely throw it in the bag and not do insurance anymore. To be honest, I was burnt out from my practice company. So when I called you at that moment, it was pretty pivotal for me, because I was like, okay, I'm either gonna go back to real estate and figure it out, or I'm gonna just grow and I'm gonna throw myself into the fire and start from scratch. And so that phone call, I'm very grateful that you talked to me. So.
Yeah, and I think gratitude is a big piece there, because I started off, my first insurance gig was the same company,
right,
and nothing but, I was there 6 months, nothing but gratitude for it.
Absolutely.
Like, amazing experience, just also grateful that I found FFL and was open-minded to seeing what else was out there.
Right.
And what were some of the things that you like saw when we had that phone call? We kind of laid everything out for you. What were some of the like top 2 or 3 things that stood out to you, thinking, hey, you know what, I think this is the right place for me?
Yeah, so I can name several. There's a whole list. For one, the leads. At my previous company, we were captive. Again, I didn't have much knowledge on non-captive versus captive. So there's a cap on that. The leads are given for free, but it's not really people wanting life insurance. So you really have to have a good skill set and persuade people to buy what you're selling. So, the lead aspect, like when I called you and you were like, yeah, we work with clients that want life insurance. I was like, oh, okay. So this will probably be
a life insurance
easy.
company with life insurance leads.
Right.
Imagine
so
imagine that. So let's definitely also make sure, because again, I don't want to say anything bad about previous companies,
no,
right?
Absolutely not.
But focusing on the positives here with FFL, what were some of the positives?
So great leads, highest compensation in the industry, which, when you're starting at a 50% and you're kind of doubling your income. So when you were like, hey, grab a calculator, let's do some math here, okay? And it was just logic that I had to really realize what was in front of me. So highest comp, leads. The third would be instant approval. So I wasn't able to help a lot of the families that I wish I would have been able to at my practice company, because auto decline, things like that. And now when you're sitting with a client where you have so many different options to offer them, you know genuinely that you're helping that family. You're putting them in the best position, you know? So
And instant approval 80 to 90% of the time, on the spot if they're approved. So if they're
exactly.
not, you just pivot to another option for them, right?
Right.
But if they are, your work is done. Which
Exactly.
is nice. Cool.
Yeah, so it was a
Anything
game
else?
changer for me in regards to the differences. I think it was more of like an emotional decision for me. And so that's why I had to cut the emotion out. And at the end of the day, realize like I have to do what's best for myself and my family and those in my inner circle. And maybe you're going to lose friendships and you're going to, if they don't support you, just is what it is. But my only regret is that I didn't leave sooner. So,
Okay. Awesome. Appreciate you sharing that. So let's get a little bit into the training side of this, because you just had your first $10,000 a week, which I saw you had a lot of those in the past, but obviously new systems, there's a growth curve and a learning curve,
absolutely.
and you powered through. So you were on a travel trip that week.
Love travel trips.
Okay.
So,
but let's talk first before the travel trip. Why would you even want to do a travel trip? When you have leads everywhere, why would you want to do a travel trip? What's the differences you see on a travel trip versus working at in your own backyard?
right. So to me, I feel like the impact that you can make when you're fully focused and zero distractions, just locked in, it's powerful. So to me, I'm working on not being as distracted in town.
Aren't we all?
But I think the goal when you go on work trips or road trips, whatever you want to call it, and you're locking out for those 4 to 5 days, there's no reason you can't write minimum 10,000. Like you're there to work. When you're in town and your girl or your guy calls and like, hey, let's go get sushi and sake at 9. You're like, sushi, sake, last appointment, sushi, sake. So when you're on the road, it's like, I'm not gonna go sit back at the Airbnb in the hotel with my other colleagues that wrote 4K. You're gonna go hard. So I love work trips for sure.
So this last travel trip you took, you wrote a little bit over 10,000 in a weekend. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the field, which is incredible. So before the travel trip, how did you plan for it? What kind of leads did you get? Like if I'm sitting down trying to look at like the anatomy of a travel trip, like if I want to plan one, I want to get uncomfortable and do it. What are some things that I should know before my travel trip in terms of leads, structure, things like that?
So I think preparation is key. You definitely want to have all of your leads ready. I really recommend is going in a day earlier before your booking day. So when I went to Dallas, I flew in that Wednesday. I believe I got in at 5 p.m. Started dialing as soon as we got to the Airbnb. I did have some pre-books into Thursday. So that kind of just helped me mentally to just keep going. So I booked about 19, 20 appointments during those, day and a half. And I think that preparation was key. The pre-booking when you get there.
So what kind of leads? Is it all new leads? Is it all age leads?
Mixture. So I always do a mix. I love the instant internet life leads. Those are money, of course, especially being $9 to $11.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're great leads. The aged mailer, final expense ones are my favorite, especially because of door knocking. So when you go to the door and you're like, hey, Mary, been trying to contact you. You filled this out. Need to go over this with you.
Yeah, that's her handwriting right there.
Yeah,
right?
It literally like shove it in their face, like you filled this out. So yeah, I love the mailers because they filled that information out. They're requesting our help. So I do a mixture instance. I did some of the Facebook ones. I love those as well because of the hobby that they list on there. So I think a mixture of leads is very important. You don't want to just limit yourself to one specific lead type.
Okay. So pre-book a little bit, dial Wednesday when you get there, all day, dial day Thursday. You said you booked 20 appointments?
19, yeah.
Okay, so 19 appointments. And how much did you spend on leads, do you think, between all the age stuff, the new stuff? How much did you spend on leads total?
I would say between 1,300 to 1,600.
Okay, gotcha. And booked 19 appointments off of that, dialing all day. All right, good. And you booked for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
All right. So talk to us about your field days. What time did you leave the house? What time did you come home? What were you doing between appointments? How did you get in those 3 days over 10K?
Okay, so I try to leave the house by 8 a.m. on work trips. it's kind of like a bad look if you're with your colleagues and you're the last one in the house. It's kind of embarrassing. So I try to be out the door as soon as I can. I always try to have at least an 8 a.m. booked or an 8:30. If I don't, then I'm just hitting door knocks. I like to do door knocks on my senior leads because I know they're home, especially on the weekends. I mean, most people are, but you know, if they're a senior, they're not working, so they're probably home in the mornings. So, you know, it's a good time to door knock at that time, but I do always schedule from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. I try to do 9 p.m. appointments because those are always for sure
Those
sales.
are lay downs.
Yeah.
I think 2 out of the 3 days, I think you were the last one home, and it
Mhm.
was like 10:15, 10:30 at night.
Mhm.
Left
Yeah.
at 8, so long field days.
Oh, absolutely,
But
but it's worth it.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're writing, 11K on 100% plus comp, like that adds up quickly. So in total, you wrote 100% plus comp. You wrote about 10,000, 10,500. Spent 1,500 in leads, some on an Airbnb, some on a car, food. So altogether, your total expense was 2,000 to 2,500.
Yeah,
Ballpark.
about 2,000.
Okay, so about 2,000, and you wrote 10,500, which is a net profit of $8,000 for the weekend.
Yep.
Not a bad gig.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I can't complain.
Cool, awesome. And do you use the Road Warrior app for your drop-bys?
I do, yes. And that also keeps me organized as well, especially when they're all just mapped in one area and you just go to the next stop. It's like bang, bang, bang. You don't even think twice about it.
Nice.
So,
Okay, cool. So let's get a little bit into, so appreciate you sharing all that, because I know, like, for me, if I've never done a travel trip, like, that was the secret sauce right there, right?
Yeah.
1,000 drop-bys, pre-book, 1.5, 2 full dial days, book it all for 3 days and go hard 14-hour days in the paint. So I love it. Cool. Let's do a little bit of phone script. What kind of lead type do you feel most comfortable booking? I know you don't have the script in front of you, but
I don't. I do like booking instant.
Instant?
Yep.
Cool. All right, let's rip the instant script. I want you to book me, and we want to hear the Claudia Chiarelli special.
Okay, so bear with me because I really don't have anything.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so ring.
Hello?
Hi, Alex.
Yeah, who's this?
Hi, Alex. My name is Claudia. I'm calling from the benefit office here in Maricopa County. We received that life insurance request you sent in. Looks like you put your date of birth as 11/29 of 94. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. So again, my name is Claudia. I'm just the field underwriter. They've got me dispatched in your area the next couple of days. I just got to get some information out to you, see what you'd be able to qualify for.
Yeah,
Now-
what was this for again, though?
So again, this is that life insurance request that you submitted. So they've got me in your area the next couple of days. Now, Alex, are you working, disabled, retired?
I mean, I'm retired, but I think I've already got my life insurance taken care of. I don't think I need this. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So again, I just got to do my job. I need to make sure that I'm actually working. So I'll go ahead and stop by tomorrow at about 7 p.m. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Again, they just need to make sure that I'm doing my job.
Gotcha.
So-
7's a little late, because I'm retired. I go to bed at like 7:38. So do you have anything earlier?
Totally gotcha. Yeah, let me go ahead and check my schedule. They've got me seeing about a dozen families a day. So I can go ahead and do you a favor. I'll put you down for about 9:15. Does that work for you?
In the morning?
Correct.
I gotta check my calendar. I might have a doctor's appointment that morning. Yeah, it works.
Okay, perfect, Alex. I'll go ahead and put you down for 9:15. If you can, go ahead and give me a 30-minute window. Again, they've got me seeing a bunch of families in the area, so I could be 30 minutes behind.
Mhm.
Is there any reason at all you will not be home between 9:15 and 9:30?
No, my doctor's appointment is at 11, so we're good.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Awesome. Alex, do you have a piece of paper and pencil handy by chance?
No,
Oh, wait.
I don't. Oh, you'll wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go grab one real quick.
Okay, perfect. Let me know when you have that.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you my license number. It's 478920. My name is Claudia Chiarelli.
Oh, wait. 4,
7
7,
8 9
8, 9,
20.
2, 0. Okay, got it.
My name is Claudia.
I
have you down for 9:15 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Okay, tomorrow you said?
Tomorrow.
Okay, got it.
And put down very important in capital
Very
letters.
important. Okay.
Perfect. And what's my confirmation number again?
Put me on the spot. 478-5920.
478920. Close enough.
478-920.
Perfect,
something like
Alex.
that.
Well, I'll go ahead and put you down for 9:15. I look forward to meeting with you. I hope you have a great day.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Cool, awesome. Clap it up. Awesome. So that was really, really good. Right through the objections. Yeah, I just need to make sure I'm working. So anyways, like, just who cares what
Yeah,
they
it
say?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what they say.
No.
So are you open to a little bit of coaching?
Yes.
Cool. So before suggesting times for appointments, I would do what's called clearing the calendar. Try to learn a little bit more about your schedule.
Okay.
That way you're not just like bouncing around and all of a
For
sudden
sure.
it's a 7 and then it's a 9:15 and then it's an 11 and now it's tomorrow. Like, so, okay, so you're retired. Any doctor's appointments or prior appointments you have going on tomorrow? I got a doctor's appointment at 11. Okay, so I can come before at 9:15 or after at 3.
Right.
So just
Yeah,
knowing
that's
a little
really
bit more
good.
about their calendar makes it a bit easier. So
Okay.
that's awesome. So in terms of your goals, I mean, you've been in the industry now for a couple of years. So real quickly, if it's okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So in terms of your goals moving forward for the next, career here at FFL,
Mm.
what are some of the goals that you have for yourself as an individual and then anyone that you are working with in your agency?
So my goal this year is Hall of Fame. So I am going after that. I know with my work ethic and our system and processes, there's no reason that can't happen.
Mhm.
So that's personally what I'm going after. I really want to build an agency. I know that the impact we have here, bringing someone into the business, I have no doubt in my mind that the only reason they're not going to make money and change their life is if they don't work, period. Like if you're just not working, it's not going to work. But if you put everything into this, there's no reason you can't be doing 30, 40, 50,000 a month.
Mhm.
Like it's a no-brainer. So agency wise, by the end of this year, I want to be doing at least 150,000 a
Vice
month.
President, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's my goal for the end of the year, and then Hall of Fame.
Nice.
So.
And you're planning travel trips. I know we've talked. You're looking at like Illinois. You're looking at Tampa. You got a team starting in Hawaii. So no territory restrictions. Go anywhere you want to make a lot of money. So cool. Well, hey, I'm really proud of you. Excited to be working with you. We've grown a lot over the last 8-9 years on and off together, and we're gonna lock arms and really dominate. So
I'm grateful to
appreciate
be here.
you working
Thank
there.
you.
So
Let's
awesome.
go.
You guys clap it up for Claudia. Hey, appreciate all of you guys hopping on the call today. Dial Day, ready? That little plug again, ffldialteam.com, password all capital FFL. It's going to be starting again right after this call is done. So hop on, book the rest of your calendar. You pay your bills during the week and you get rich on the weekends. And so let's fill up those calendars and let's have a great week, you guys. Appreciate hopping on. Bye for now.